Hello and welcome back to Otome Hell, where we're playing Lady's Choice, a Regency-era visual novel. An interactive Jane Austen novel. Oh, what could be better? I don't really like Jane Austen, so a lot of things. That was a joke. It's true, but still a joke. This is a really great game. I'm actually really enjoying it so far. There's me in the blue, in a gorgeous dress. I keep looking at it, I can't. And my friend Arabella has just revealed to me that after the passing of her husband, she's looking for another mate. And she's adorable with her freckles. I love them. I love them immensely. Okay, keep going. I give a nod of understanding. Maybe you will also meet someone of your liking tonight, Ashe? Oh, I had to name myself, which was weird. I haven't done that in a while. Society has much changed since the last time you were here. I look at her unsurely, my nerves already on edge without tonight's ball. My nerves already on edge about tonight's ball. That evening, we arrive at the already bustling assembly room to the opening ball of the season. Oh, how wonderful! So many here already! I nod in agreement. There certainly are, so many. The assembly rooms are large, but seem positively tiny when packed with so many people. Oh, this music's good too. Oh, is this the same from the title screen? God, I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay. The heat is stifling, and I do my best to stand in the way of the doors, hoping for the coolness of a draft. There is Lady Steer. Arabella points through the crowd, but I cannot pick one person out from the mass. I must ask how she's been. I shall return in but a moment. Before I can protest, she is swallowed up by the crowd, and I am left standing alone at the edge of the room. It's the first suitor. Let's find out who he is. So we can pick him, maybe. I don't know. Oh, no, it's a woman. Frick. I turn around to see a young woman smiling at me. Maybe it's still the suitor. Okay. I realize we have not yet been introduced, but I saw you speaking to Lady Ashbourne, and I simply had to know you. That's her voice. No, frickin' why not? I am Miss Claire Widow. She bobs a small curtsy. A lot of choices in this game. I like it. It's interesting. I would be really interested to know how much they actually affect the game. That's the thing. Like I'm sure it just, I mean, it obviously changes, like, the immediately afterward. But, like, I'd be interested to know if it actually changes the game as a whole. Like, maybe how well you do in society, like, affects... I might send a message to them later and ask. And I am pleased for it. I drop into a small curtsy myself. I like this background a lot. My only thing... small, like, thing that I'm just not noticing is, like, everybody's kind of clustered. They kind of brought their sprites all over the far left edge as opposed to the middle, and so it's kind of clustering the game in the left, which I haven't really noticed as being a problem. It definitely creates a background. It just, when I look at the screen overall, it kind of unbalances it, but when I'm actually playing, I don't notice it. So, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I am Miss Ashe Gloucesterbury. Gloucesterbury. You are Miss Gloucesterbury. My mother has spoken of your return. Have you truly not been to town in so long? Oh, I'm giving her a stupid voice. I start a little at the abruptness of the question. Miss Witter, obviously, the question. Okay, this sentence is weird. I start a little at the abruptness of the question. Miss Witter obviously is a lot younger than her looks would suggest. That would make... that was weird. It has been quite some time, yes.
Then you must be
I'm gonna change her name. I'm gonna change her voice if she's younger.
Then you must be simply desperate for enjoyment. How dull it must be to have been in the country.
I barely have time to open my mouth to respond before she speaks again.
Come, we must dance. I have a partner waiting for me, but we shall find you someone too.
She takes my hand and tugs me to one side.
Oh, Mr. Amesbury.
I think he's the new one. I glance up to search out the person she has called.
Mr. Amesbury!
She raises her voice to be heard over the din of people. I finally manage to free my fingers from her excited grasp. Let's find out. A rather jovial voice asks from a sea of people. I glance up to meet eyes with a handsome, youthful face framed by thick locks of blonde curls.
Lawrence, this is Miss Ashe Gloucesterbury, and she is without a partner for this dance.
I can't help my cheeks heating at the forward nature of the young woman. I apologize. I would be most happy to rectify the situation, Miss Gloucesterbury. Before I can speak my apology, Mr. Amesbury holds out a hand towards me. Ooh. Oh, man. I'm gonna be bold. We're not gonna do it, we're not gonna dance. I didn't want to dance, whatever. Before I respond, Miss Witter scurries off to find her own partner. Thank you for the, cause you know, I'm coming from a perspective of I don't want to like cause that problem again. So, Mr. Amesbury, but I am not in the mood for dancing. That is indeed a shame. We turn to watch the dancers as the music begins. I find dancing to be one of the few reasons for attending these functions. You attend many, do you? He shrugs in response. I have not been in society for many years, so I find joy where I can if I'm forced to be here once more. I hear you have not returned. You've also not returned to town for many a year, Miss Gloucesterbury. Do you not care for the constrictions of society either? Kindred spirits! Ooh. These choices are killing me, man. These choices are killing me. They're killing me. But I like them. They're just killing me on the inside. Frick. Oh my god. To that one. I have little care for being chained by what others expect of me. He gives a sudden bark of laughter, drawing the attention of nearby spectators watching the dance. I love the music shift. I don't believe that is what most would like to hear, even if I myself find it a refreshing point of view to see in someone else at these events. If you care so little for society, why have you returned? It cannot be avoided altogether, especially when one's family is so insistent upon their son continuing the family lineage. The frown from a moment before was broken by a stiff smile. Actually, I have been most lucky in that my family have never pushed me to pursue marriage. Then consider yourself incredibly fortunate, Miss Gloucesterbury. Someone suddenly calls his name, and he returns to give him a nod of recognition. Please excuse me, Miss Gloucesterbury. He gives a short bow before spinning on his heel to disappear into the crowds. Thankfully, I am not left alone long, as Arabella finds me soon after.
Ashe, you must make haste and come this way.
What has happened?
Some military officers are being stationed in Bath for a few days and have come for introductions tonight. They are simply so dashing, I almost fainted where I stood.
And what of your betrothed?
He is not my betrothed yet.
I would have blushed from her words had I not grown used to them years ago. She leads me to one side of the room where a swath of young women have taken up. Arabella pays them little mind as she squeezes through them with a practiced elegance. I'm gonna elegantly squeeze through this crowd of girls. It's like, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Like that was a horrible set of sounds I just made. But perfectly describes what I imagine in my head. Finally, we come to a stop before a tall, uniformed man. Uniformed is such a weird word. I could not figure out what it said for a minute there. It is hard not to find the sight rather pleasing.
Colonel.
I almost said Colonel. I don't know why.
Colonel Foxley?
At the sound of her voice, the man's face lights into a bright smile. Lady Ashbourne.
I would be most pleased to introduce you to my closest friend, Miss Ashe Gloucesterbury. Gloucesterbury.
He dips into a bow, and I drop into a small curtsy. It is most delightful to meet you, Lady Ashe. That's an interesting... Ooh, that is some clever programming. So, this is built in Rimpy, and, that is some clever programming to make it, stop the name short. That I need to look into, because that's really cool. Because basically, the way you set up a name is, like, you create a variable that accepts a string, and, then anytime that your name would appear in the text, you instead put in, like, put in the variable. And there's, like, there's a syntax for it. And that's, that's relatively easy. It's just, like, you'll be please, your name here, and it's just, like, you just put the appropriate syntax, and it would read the variable, which would go read the string. But the fact that they were able to truncate it, like just the first 3 letters of the name, that's actually really clever. And I'm gonna have to go, I might go poke around in their RenP files to see how they did that, because that's clever. Don't do that, people. Unless you know what you're doing, you're gonna break your game. Unless you know what you're gonna do, you're gonna break your game, so don't do it. But I might do that, because I'm curious how they did it. That's cool. And I have the ability and the technology, so I'm rather fascinated. Okay, moving on.
Please, Colonel. Arabella will do just fine.
But Lady Ashbourne.
It is only a name, Colonel.
The Colonel clears his throat before continuing with what he was saying. Arabella has been most kind in helping us find our way around. I am certain it is a task she will take very much to heart. The music ends on the next dance, and Arabella suddenly brightens.
Oh, Colonel, did you not promise me the next dance?
Indeed I did. Arabella moves forward to slip her arm into his. Excuse me, but what of Miss Gloucesterbury? Oh, please, do not miss out on the dance on account of me. I'm just gonna sit here. Just looking, just watching everything with my keen eyes. Just watching, waiting, commiserating. Oh, it's a reference. Okay. He turns around and scans the room. Before smiling and tapping another uniformed man on the shoulder. Come, dance with this woman, so it's not so sad and ridiculous. The uniforms are interesting. Anyway, Miss Gloucesterbury, may I present Captain Guy Blake as a suitable enough partner for this dance? Foxley, this is not... Ah, come now, Guy. You cannot be upset by the... Come now, Guy. Alright, next time on Otome Hell, we're gonna play more Ladies' Choice, the Ladies' Choice, and we're gonna see if Mr. Blake here, Colonel Blake here, will dance with us without raising much of a fuss. It's gonna be exciting.